I've got your energy stories for the first week of March 2025. And in the first one, the Massachusetts Clean Energy Center, MassCEC, has chosen companies to support a Vehicle to Everything initiative and is now soliciting expressions of interest from owners of eligible electric vehicles. The pilot will provide a free bidirectional charger to 100 participants in the residential, commercial, and school district sectors. MassCEC identified 11 light-duty vehicle bidirectional capable models currently eligible across 7 brands, as well as 6 electric school bus manufacturers. Nearly every electric bus out there today is bidirectional capable by design. As an example, Bluebird announced in July of 2023 that it was expanding its warranty on its big Type C e-bus with a 190 kilowatt-hour battery system to allow for 360 megawatt-hours of energy throughput, specifically calling out the ability of V2X to provide additional revenue streams and lower owners' operating costs. The consulting group Resource Innovations will manage the Massachusetts endeavor, and Mobility House, which has extensive experience in V2G efforts and EV fleet management, will deliver the vehicle grid integration software. This can't happen fast enough. Per Argonne Labs, who tracks such data, there are nearly 6.5 million electric vehicles in the U.S. Meanwhile, WRI's electric school bus initiative shows 14,000 electric school buses either committed or delivered, involving over 1,500 school districts or fleet operators. 800 school districts already have e-buses on the road. Leasing company Zoom and California's Oakland Public School District have one of the best and most interesting programs integrating 74 buses, delivering 2.1 gigawatt hours annually in a V2G program. So we know it can be done. The trick here will be to design this program to ensure we don't do what it seems we humans often do, which is pilot something to death and never see it truly take wing. Here's hoping. Sticking with electric transportation, it appears Mercedes-Benz is making real progress in the race to commercialize solid-state battery tech in vehicles. The company reports it has installed a solid-state battery pack with cells from U.S. company Factorial Energy into a modified EQS Sedan starting road trials last month. This solid-state chemistry offers up to 25% increased range relative to a battery with the same weight and size, with an anticipated overall range of 620 plus miles in this configuration. Well, the rapid, unanticipated, and somewhat erratic moves within the Trump administration are hitting the electric sector in multiple ways, from layoffs within the DOE and Bonneville Power to implementations of tariffs from Canada and Mexico starting today. This is about fentanyl? Canadian electricity imports will see a 10% levy. New England and New York grid operators aren't quite sure what this means for them, but in order to be ready, each filed tariffs with the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission last week. ISO New England and New York ISO said they don't think it's their job to collect these duties, but they need to understand their responsibilities. New York ISO commented, quote, "There is an urgent need for clarity and certainty regarding the recovery and allocation of potential duty-related costs," adding, "It is not yet clear whether imports of electrical energy from Canada are subject to the Canadian tariff order or, if they are, whether the New York ISO will be required to play any role in collecting or remitting duties," unquote. The added costs will certainly sting. Using data from the past 5 years, ISO New England estimated that a 10% to 25% tariff on Canadian electricity imports could amount to import duties of between $66 and $165 million annually. And finally, speaking of uncertainties and layoffs, I think it's worth mentioning that cutting basic government-funded research, whether in health, energy, or the other sciences, risks impoverishing this country in the future. I, for one, use DOE sources on a daily basis, and I've seen 404s cropping up on my screen when searching for reports recently. It's things I could access just a few days ago. Let's look at a few use cases of where federal government-funded research has benefited our economy. Here's a big one. Whether you like it or not, and there's much to be concerned about it from a climate perspective, fracking is a wholly U.S. invention. U.S.-sponsored research included multiple shale gas projects, including everything from three-dimensional microseismic imaging to advanced drill bit technology development, as well as close collaboration with the Gas Research Institute. In 15 years, shale gas production went from virtually nothing to about 2/3 of total U.S. gas output. Taxpayer money helped make that happen. and it continues with over a dozen field labs today focused on enhancing hydrocarbon recovery. Today, our monies also fund material science development in our national labs, as well as critically important cybersecurity initiatives. Federal research fosters improvements in advanced geothermal technologies at the Forge project in Utah, modular nuclear technology research including reactor physics, modeling, simulation, and safety analysis at Oak Ridge National Labs. The list goes on. Does the federal government need to be managed? Yes. Does our national debt threaten our future well-being? Yes, and it needs to be addressed. But the chainsaw approach is short-sighted and counterproductive in a world made up of interconnected systems of systems. You have to develop an understanding of what you're cutting and the likely repercussions. And the current approach reminds me of nothing more than somebody at a rapid weight loss clinic using a chainsaw to speedily shed 15 pounds. Yes, you can cut your arm off and claim a successful weight loss reduction, but no good will come of it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.